Yo, what's up, everybody? Drew Creel here with Shred Sessions. I'm here with Cody Davidson of Volcano on guitar and Sanguisuggabogg, the drummer. So, Cody, dude, thanks for being here, man.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. How was the traveling coming to Nashville for you?
It was pretty easy. I just moved to Florida, so I had to fly from Florida. I didn't really feel like driving, but yeah, it was pretty chill. I'm pretty used to flying at this point. I got to fly out for everything that I'm doing now, you know. But yeah, it'll be cool. I get home and I got like 1 day to prepare, and then I go to Europe. So,
that's right.
Yeah. So it'll be all right.
That's crazy, man. So, dude, you're one of the few musicians that I know that are just as accomplished on guitar as you are on drums.
Thank you.
What's it like playing in a death metal band versus a hardcore band? Like, is there any difference to you, or is it just all music?
I mean, there's definitely a difference, but I definitely think about it as music. Like, I consider myself a genre hopper.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up on like hair metal and stuff. And then like when everybody started playing deathcore, I was like, I don't know if I like this, but I want to play shows and I want to hang out with my friends. And like, you know, I didn't know anybody who really wanted to do any like hair metal stuff when I was 13, you know? So I was like, I guess I'll figure out this deathcore stuff. And then that turned into hardcore stuff. And then it turned into death metal stuff. And, you know, I've obviously always been a fan of like heavy guitars. So like for me, it's like, it's just fucking dope. Like if I get to riff and rock, then I'm happy, you know? There's obviously some stuff that maybe over time I was like, I don't like this style, I don't like this, you know, like obviously the deathcore thing kind of phased out for everybody at some point, but you know, maybe not for everybody, but maybe a little bit for me. But anyways,
feel that.
Yeah, I don't know. The main difference is that, you know, you got to consider your audience. Not saying that you shouldn't write shit that you like, but like you got to consider like, you know, like for me, the whole reason why I made Volcano is because I was like, I don't really like a lot of hardcore bands right now. And I'm not a hardcore kid, so I'm not going to act like I know all the hardcore bands that are super cool. You guys could totally school me on that. But at the time, I was just kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this stuff. And then I heard Irate. Our original drummer showed me Irate from New York City. And I was like, this shit's fucking sick because it's got like that metal vibe, but it's also like tough and hardcore and kind of simple, you know? And that's why I wanted to do Volcano. So, and then with the death metal thing, it's like, you know, I do get to maybe, well, I know I play drums in Sanguisuggabogg, but I actually wrote a lot of the guitar riffs for Sanguisuggabogg too. And I got some other projects I do where I get to like shred and, you know, so it's like, I feel like at some point all these things converge, you know?
For sure. Like when you were learning music, like which came first, guitar or drums, or was it
guitar
symbiotic or okay, guitar?
Yeah, I've been playing guitar since I was like a toddler, and then I got into drums when I was like 15, and it really was just like I was in that deathcore band, and every time the drummer got up to go take a piss, I was like, let me get on and try to learn some like breakdowns, you know?
Yeah.
And then that like kind of evolved into like me writing songs in Guitar Pro, and then I was like, well, you know, I kind of understand how drums going. And I was playing like rock band with my family, playing drums and stuff. And I was like, you know, this is kind of cool. So I just ended up like writing all my songs on Guitar Pro, writing the drum part. And then I would try to figure out how to play the drum part. And then at some point I was like, I really want to get a drum set. So I like traded in my Randy Rhoads V for like a shitty drum set from Guitar Center. And I was crushed. They only gave me like $100 for that guitar. And I was like, fuck, well, I mean, you know, I'm in it now.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So, dude, I follow you on Instagram, both of your pages. Like, the guitar page is really fun for me because I've noticed, like, you've done, like, Eric Johnson, like, solos and even some fusion stuff. You did, like, a clip recently with Naveen Koperwise from Entheos, and you were playing some, like, really kind of outside, like, lines. Like, first of all, what is that you guys wrote?
Well, okay, so I made the guitar page because I kind of realized over the years that there are a lot of people who don't know that I play guitar. And it's also like, you know, at some point I was just like, I really want to do more guitar stuff. And because I'm so busy with Sanguisuggabogg, it's like a lot more realistic to make like a 1 minute long video, like a collab video, than it is to create like a new project. Because I used to do that. I used to try to like make a bunch of like side projects and put out an EP, and then that just kind of became like too much work, you know? So at some point I was like, well, you know, now that everybody's got a camera, everybody's recording themselves, everybody's making content, I was like, well, I'll just make a guitar video or a guitar page all about guitar videos. And then like, you know, now I'm like, okay, I got a bucket list of musicians I want to like collab with. And like, because it's only a 1 minute long, it's like not too big of an ask to be like, hey, I know you're busy on tour, but can you want to do like a video real quick? And most people are like, sure, you know? So like Naveen, I asked him a few months ago and he was like, yeah, I'm down. And then, you know, he went on tour and stuff and I was just kind of like, whatever. And then he just sent me a video out of nowhere with that drum track. And when I heard it, I was like, damn, this is like really fucking fast, but I don't just want to like do some slam, like, you know? So, and I've been learning like Defeated Sanity songs on guitar because
same.
We just toured with them and I was like, wow, like this is what you could be if you quit fucking cutting corners. I was like, wow, this is crazy. So I was like in the middle of doing that. And then I was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll just do that. You know, maybe I'll try something like that. So I literally pulled out Guitar Pro, put his drum track in it and like wrote it note by note. And then when I went to do the solo, I was like, well, I know like normally what I do when I do a solo is I really just like improvise, kind of like Eddie Van Halen, and take like a clip from here or something, or I'll just like literally do it like 300 times in a row until I like the take. Well, this time because I like wrote it out, I was like, and like I said, thinking about Defeated Sanity, I was like, well, if you actually compose it and then like work on it, I haven't done that in a long time, you know? So I was like, I'm gonna just try to like actually reach for something that's like a little above my skill set right now, and then like work on that, practice it, and then like send it to Naveen and hope he really fucking likes it.
Yeah, dude.
So as far as like the melodic stuff, the first little line I was just kind of like winging stuff, and then I like pulled out the like scales and I was like, well, it'd be cool, like I had the rhythm track and I was like matching the notes and I was like, well, it'd be cool to like not just do diminished all the time. So I found like some melodic minor scales that kind of worked with the rhythm track that I had under it. And I just like slowly, you know, worked on it. And I practiced my ass off where I practiced it for like 5 days in a row because I really wanted to get like one take.
It's clean, bro. It's
Thanks,
clean.
I
love it. I'm a jazz fusion nerd, huge Holdsworth fan. Like I've learned some of his solos. I recently got this book called In the Mystery by Brett Stein. And it's like basically he got underneath like what Holdsworth was doing, like what he's actually thinking, not just like copying his solos or trying to sound like him. He actually like figured out how to think like Holdsworth.
Yeah, I'll just send that
so
to me.
I you can get it on like PDF or like you can actually buy it on Amazon, but the book is like this thick. Okay, it's crazy, cool. Bro. That's sick. But I think that'd be up your alley.
Yeah.
Who are some of your influences, man, for drums and guitar?
Well, I'll say like, you know, I was into the deathcore stuff when I got in the drums. So like Burning the Masses was like really big for me, not only just because the guitars are brutal, but like Chasen Westmoreland, his drumming's like fucking so unreal. And the way Snare Town is just awesome, you know? So that kind of like made me like want to, like I used to have like a rock band kit that I would like play along to like Oceano and stuff. And I would try to like learn some Burning the Masses stuff, but it was like above my skill set, you know? But as far as drum go, it kind of started with Chasen. And then when I thought of myself as like an actual drummer, you know, I was like doing Chili Peppers and stuff because I wasn't good enough when I first started playing drums, you know? So like I was getting like some groove stuff going, and then I found like Thomas Pridgeon because of the Mars Volta. And I was like, oh my God, like what is this ghost note shit? It just sounds like there's like a delay or something. Like I can't figure out what it is, you know? So that kind of like made me delve into like the gospel chop thing, which is really just like linear drumming. So yeah, that was like a big thing for me. Obviously, I'm like a huge Dream Theater fan. Like since I was 5 years old, like I went to see Metropolis tour when I was 5 years old.
Wow, dude.
So like Mike Portnoy, obviously, just like I feel like a lot of the way I play drums in Sanguisuggabogg is like somewhere in between like technical and groove, and I attribute that to like me just internalizing Mike Portnoy for like my whole childhood, you know. As far as guitar goes, like all the classic heroes, like Randy Rhoads is my first hero ever. I learned all the Ozzy songs when I was like 10. I actually played Mr. Crowley in 4th grade talent show for the whole school.
Oh my God.
And like I kind of got good like pretty soon. Like when I was 10, I could actually play like leads and stuff, but I like couldn't figure out how to like write music. So then like when I was 14, I was trying to write deathcore and stuff. That's when I like started writing music, and the shift went from like skill set performance to like writing. So like in a way my performance kind of plateaued, but my writing skills started to go. And now I'm in this boat where like I'm trying to get back to like merging those two things, like making my writing like phenomenal, making my performance phenomenal. and like that, that's like the cool part about growing up and stuff. But like Randy Rhoads, Adrian Smith, like Iron Maiden was a big one, because like you gotta like reach for something that's within, it's like not too hard. Like if I try to play Alan Holdsworth when I was 12, it's like there's no fucking way, So he started out Randy Rhoads, Iron Maiden, and then like Dream Theater was the big thing for me, because it was like John Bertucci had all these tab books. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna learn every fucking John Bertucci solo and riff, and then by the end of that, I'll be good enough to write like that. That's how I thought. That's how I thought about it. So did
you get a Rock Discipline?
Yeah, I still have it.
Those are great DVD, and there's a little booklet that came in there that that shit was crazy, man.
Yeah, I learned all those exercises.
Okay, favorite Dream Theater record?
I think Train of Thought's the shit, because it's so heavy.
Yeah, same.
But I think Scenes from a Memory is like, I'm not gonna lie, Scenes from a Memory like makes me want to cry. Like it's like it's been so ingrained in my brain. Like my mom would like put it on and clean the house and shit, So like, I think Scenes from a Memory is probably my all-time favorite. I will say, when Portnoy left, I was kind of uninterested.
Same.
And now that he's back, I'm like, that's sick. It's still not the same. I saw them recently, and it was awesome. I was like a kid at candy store. I was like, fuck yes,
Hell yeah.
I saw them open up for Iron Maiden too when I was like 15, right? It was actually the last tour that Mike Portnoy's in.
Wow.
Yeah, so I saw his last tour, and then I saw his first tour back, and I was like, this is sick,
That's sick, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them on several tours, and you can't see Dream Theater and like, if you're a fan and see a bad show, I think they just perform at such a high level.
Yeah, not everybody's into that stuff. I know this, like, maybe people watching this want to hear about the death metal shit, but yeah, I mean, I'm just honest, like you said, like it's more about music, really, at the end of the day for me. That's why I like try to play some weird jazzy stuff in the context of death metal, and even in Sanguisuggabogg, I play like some weird funky polyrhythm stuff in the context of like a Cannibal Corpse band, so I'm just trying to bridge all these gaps,
Very sick, man. Real quick, can you talk about your guitar rig for Volcano, like guitars, amps, pedals, stuff like that?
Sure. Yeah. So we don't play a whole lot because of my hectic touring schedule. So if I had it the way I would want it to be, it would probably just be like Ampeg 140C. I actually just got the 150, which is a 150 watt version of the 140C. And I think it sounds a lot better, like because for some reason with solid state amps, if you like go past 5 on the volume, you get like this crazy mid-range boost. And when you're trying to do like mid-scooped brutal death shit, that's kind of be annoying, So the 150 is really cool. But yeah, I don't know. Like I also like, I mean, just for the nerds out there, the first record was just a 5150 block letter, and then the No Way Back stuff that I just did like a few months ago or like a year ago was actually my Mesa Boogie Mark IV.
Oh, cool.
And then I used a Mark IIC Plus. It was the John Bertucci model on the other side.
Sick.
And then I just recorded some songs that aren't out yet where I did use the 140C. So I'm just kind of going all over the place with it. But yeah, if I could have it the way I wanted, it would probably be a Boogie and an Ampeg.
Yeah.
And then I don't use any pedals. I'm not a Tube Screamer guy. I don't like I like overdrive for leads, but I don't like I want the guitars to be fat. Like if you listen to if you're like a engineer, you would know that like Volcano, the guitars on the first record are like way too, there's so much low end that's in the subs that shouldn't be there. I just think that's sick. So I've been trying to like, I don't know, get better at that kind of stuff, and like, but also you got to break the rules sometimes to get what you want, So I just want it to be fucking fat, and that's why I don't use any like distortion. But yeah, just a good noise suppressor. That's it.
Wow, that's amazing.
Like tonight, I'm using Collins VH300, which is by SNK Pedals, and that's a 140C clone.
Excited to hear that, man. I've heard good things about that amp.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. I was fortunate enough to see you in Sanguisuggabogg on the Hideous Aftermath tour in Indianapolis. Man, can you just share like a couple highlights from that tour? Like what were some fun dates that you played, or just fun times with the homies on the tour package?
Me and Colin, who's the drummer of Volcano right now, he actually came to be like the drum tech for me, which is like the first time I've ever had that. But it was like big tour, we were headlining, and because Despised Icon, like in their contract, they were like, hey, we need our drum set up, like nobody's gonna have their drum set behind us. So I had to like move my kit like 4 times because it was like sound check, and then I, moved it, and then I would play after Despise and stuff. So anyways, I had Colin with me, and we were like going to the casino and just like we hit pinball. I don't know if you gamble at all, but we hit the pinball machine in Vegas at El Cortez, and we hit pinball 6 times in a row. We both came up like $2,200. Like,
let's go, dude.
Yeah, so that was super cool.
Bonus cash on the road. That's nice, dude.
Also just like hanging out with Lilla Gruber from Defeated Sanity and like picking his brain on like how they write and stuff. That dude wakes up at 7 a.m. every day and like immediately goes and writes music for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then he eats, then he takes a shower and stuff, and that's like his method. So I was like, wow, like maybe a routine is in my future, because I'm really bad at that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's incredible, man. I just taking apart, I learned like imposed corporal inhabitation, as well as I'm working on accelerating the rot right now, which is I'm like playing it at 130 right now.
Yeah.
And like there's some parts of that tune where you're doing like a spider chord thing, like playing power chords of 2 and 4.
Yeah,
and it's just been kicking my ass. I don't know if he plays it like that, but I'm like, this makes, because you're going up a tritone. Is
that the first song? The don't bound, don't bound, don't.
No, I don't think it's that one. It's like digga 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 digga. Oh
yeah,
that one. Yeah, it's that one.
We're professionals.
Yeah, totally, bro. That's so cool that you're learning like material, man, like other people's stuff. Like I feel like you're a true musician, man. Like
I mean, I'm a music fan first,
Yeah.
And like I said, like just like sometimes for me, it's hard to find things that I want to improve in, like not to say that I already have it figured out, but like when I watch Defeated Sanity do like quintuplets, I'm like, what the fuck are you even doing? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And then when I talk to him about it and he explains it to me, I'm like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that, So like, it's one thing to be like, oh, like, all I have to do is like just read the tabs and learn it. It's another thing to be like, how can I incorporate this into my own song?
Exactly.
So that was like the big thing about Defeated Sanity. Like, honestly, like, if I wanted to learn like a Putridity song or something, I probably wouldn't, because there's no good tabs and I don't want to like go bother the guys and try to figure it out that way. It's kind of weird, but because like I'm friends with Lil, I can literally just like text him and be like, hey, why the fuck did you do this? So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, his stuff will make you think about music in a totally different way, and yeah, I respect the hell out of him because of that. And he commented on a couple of my YouTube videos, and like I'm not like a well-known guitar player, so it meant a lot to me that he would respond. So
those guys are like so humble,
and I really interviewed them actually on their bus for that tour. So thank you, Defeated Sanity.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I won't take up too much more of your time, man, because I know you got to prep for your set, but. Talk about like maybe what's coming up for you for the rest of the year, like for Sanguisuggabogg and Defeated Sanity, like and also like.
Whoa, do you feel that? Sorry to cut you
off.
The
whole is that the chair or the whole platform is shaking?
It's the whole roof shaking from people moshing.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
I felt that. I thought it was just the chair we're sitting on.
No, I think it's just like.
It's actually the building.
The foundation.
That's how sick this Volcano show is, ladies and gentlemen. People are ready for. People have been talking about this show for a long time,
awesome.
but yeah, man. What does the rest of the year look like for you? Like, what are you excited about for 2026?
Well, we just came at the end of our Century Media contract, so we're kind of like starting to figure out where we're going to go with that. So I don't know what we're doing yet, but I'm like eager to figure that out. There's a whole lot of touring going on. There's some tours that I want to tell you about that I can't tell you about.
That's okay.
But there's like some cool stuff at the end of the year that I'm like super excited about. I'm excited to go to Australia with Peeling Flesh. And it's actually kind of weird and nobody knows this yet, but I'm actually going to be playing guitar in Europe for Sanguisuggabogg. And we have Eric Marotti filling in on drums. And the reason that happened was because originally I was going to sit that tour out. I'll be honest, like touring is like pretty difficult. And like for me, when I'm looking at it, like, okay, here's 3 weeks, 1 week home, then 6 weeks, because we're opening for Lamb of God after that. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that, So originally it was like Eric Marotti was going to fill in for me on drums, and I was going to sit that one out and then go on tour with Lamb of God. Well, then we had some like issues with passports in the band. So like now it's like, well, I actually have to like go, save the day and make that happen. And that's gonna be fun though. Like I'm actually excited, like learning the songs on guitar, because the last album I didn't write as many guitar riffs as I usually do, so it's been like really cool, like relearning the songs, and it's kind of giving me like a new perspective on them. And I'm kind of nervous because I've never played guitar in Sanguisuggabogg, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah.
Wow, dude. That's crazy. Man, it's too bad. I guess maybe Sed or Drew aren't able to travel overseas.
Yeah, Sed won't be able to make it.
Bummer, man.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool if you moved to bass, though, like, and played. but part of the Sanguisuggabogg thing is that tone, man, that tone that you guys created. So,
yeah.
Well, dude, I want you to enjoy the show and enjoy being here.
Thanks, bro.
But, yeah, talk about where people can follow Volcano and Sanguisuggabogg and your page and everything.
Well, Sanguisuggabogg's everywhere. Volcano is not, and it's like, I don't know, like,
no Instagram, right?
Yeah, I just don't want to, like, here's a flyer, here's a flyer, here's a flyer. Like, I don't know. Like, I think it's kind of neat and mystique to, like, you know, if you really like it, go fucking find it. You know, like, I don't want to spoon feed everything. Like,
right.
you know, and I feel like I'm not gonna lie, like, Gulch was like one of the first bands to do that and kind of like be like, I know like social media is like a big part of everybody's life, but that doesn't have to be, you know? And like, I don't know why they did it. I don't know them personally, but for me, it was like, whoa, that's really cool. It, like, you really have to like know and like go ask a punk, and then you're like, yeah, where's the show? Oh, it's under a bridge. Oh, that's gonna be sick. You know what I mean?
There's something cool about that.
Yeah, I mean, we got Days too. You know, so like Days has our record label. Days. It's not my record label, but the label that we're signed to. You know, they got an Instagram, so you can find it. It's not hard to find it. You know, I just think it's kind of funny when people are like, why don't you have an Instagram? You know, it's like, shut up.
No, there's some mystique to it. I like it. Well, Cody, thanks for being here, man. Thanks for, like, everybody's stoked that Volcano's playing tonight. I'm stoked, man. Like,
thanks, bro.
The music is sick, dude. Like, it makes me angry, and the lyrics are sick, man. So thank you once again, and I wish you guys the best tonight, and, you know, with the rest of your year, man. So thanks so much for watching Shred Sessions, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Late.